What up? Time for an expeditious shoulder workout because I have some things that I have to get done. And just a heads up, we're going to do shoulders for one. And then secondly, this workout is fueled by when you work at a place that gives out Halloween candy, basically fueled by the Mars Company. I've had so much candy today. Uh, yeah, not the best meals for the day. But I'm going to start with this, go a little bit heavier than normal, see how many I can get, and then I'm going to adjust from here. Well, goal is 6. Ooh. Whoa, not bad. Let's do that again. That was the first time I did that heavy set like that. So normally I take at least 1 or 2 before I start feeling in the groove. Number 2. Ooh. Woo. Not bad. I felt like some extra power kicking at the end. Maybe we'll add some 2.5s. Okay, we added some 2.5s. Yeah. Huh? Should be going. Yeah. Thank you, though. It makes a difference. Ugh. Just a 2.5 or 5 total. Whew. One more set of that. All right. Woo! Impromptu drop set. Whew. Nope. All right. Let's put this away. Woo. It's about time that we tried to raise some things laterally. Thinking 3 or 4 sets. my God. All right. 2 more of those at least. Okay. Ooh. Oh my God, dude. Man, dude, that. Whew. One more set. About that time. Am I on the right distance? Yes, I am. Ooh. Oh. Oh my God. Let's do another one because that felt pretty good. I want to keep it going. Swing, swing. Next one, I'm going to do one arm at a time, starting with the left arm. Because I think that's the arm I struggle with the most. Oh. Oh. Let's put this shit away. Woo. Okay, we're gonna do rear delt cable flies on this half fixed machine. This side is a little grindy, so doesn't feel that great to use. But we're gonna do 4 sets of this. I think this will be an okay weight. We might go up, but yeah, 4 sets of this. Okay. Left was over the right. We'll remember that for the next one. That felt okay. We'll do 3 more, maybe 2 more. If I'm really just not feeling it, we'll scrap this. We're gonna stay here. Right over left. Wow. Woo. I would come this way. Oh my God. Woo. Fabulous. Really trying to feel it. So sometimes this will feel good, but then depending on the angle, coming down like this, like look at that. That feels pretty good. So play around with it, see what works for you. All right, I got an idea for this one. I'm gonna lean forward and oh. Oh my God. Definitely got some trap on that one, but that felt pretty solid. One more. Single. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're going to do the machine shoulder press. 3 sets, again, trying to get 6 to 8. Oh. All right, so we're going to add weight. We'll probably do 3 sets now. Let's go. All right, let's 2 more sets. I'll add a 10. All right, that was better. Woo. One more. Oh God. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Thumbnail. That was the thumbnail video. I didn't take one yet, so I'm trying to just move my body in ways. Oh. We didn't do chest. Let's see what else. Oh, oh. There we go. Yes. We didn't do traps either. Again, we never really do traps. Oh, dude, I can't. Woo. All right, I think I'm done. Let's be done with this. Let's clean this off and get in the car. I think we're done. All right. So what had happened was I was walking out of here, and this was just available. So while it's available, we're gonna do 3 sets of rear delt flies. And I have the seat up higher than normal. I want to see if this is better at hitting my rear delts. For some reason, both sides feel different. Oh my God. Woo. All right, 2 more. All right. I was going to say something, but I don't remember what it was. Mm. Ouch. One more. I remember what it was. I was going to tell you how much I detest this fucking fan. It makes it so cold. You will instantly lose your pump in this area. If you're in this like 30-foot radius, bro, bye. Shit sucks. Dude, I hate cold when I work out. Whew. Freezing. Okay. That's it for us. Now we can go. All right, ladies and, well, come on. All right, lady and gentlemen, it's time to get out of there and get on because I've got, again, I said yesterday I'm dog sitting, so I got to go take care of those guys and then also kind of figure out the logistics of getting my costume because I will have to go home. But where I live, dude, it's kind of far from here and I am never there. So, like, kind of just like going all the way down there is like, don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. But my costume is there. So it's like, do I roll no costume or do I bite the bullet and go? I don't know. Because the only time I could go is during like peak traffic hours. And if there's anything, which is kind of like ironic because I go to the gym at 5, so I have to drive in rush hour traffic. But yeah, I do not like driving when, like, during rush hour or when there's a ton of traffic. It's very frustrating here. But nevertheless, I think the workout that we just did was pretty solid. Again, not too many. We did what, five, maybe six exercises, 2 shoulder press movements. We did lateral raises and rear delt cable flies, and then rear delts on the pec deck. So that seems pretty okay to me. So I'm pretty happy with that. Um, it felt decent. I felt like a decent pump and everything, so that's good. I was talking with Zach, who's, if you might have seen, he goes by Fit Disciple on Instagram, but if you ever see me talk to like a big buff black dude, that's him. He also makes content. He's a super cool guy. But I was talking with him about just like, dude, connecting the connection with this left shoulder is so difficult for me, and I don't know if it's from jujitsu when I popped my AC joint. That was fun. That did not feel good at all. I got tripped up, landed on the mat right there, right on the shoulder, dead arm instantly, and it was, oh my dude. Taking off and putting on a shirt felt excruciatingly painful, but I didn't have to go to the doctor because thankfully I knew an ER doctor at the last Kratom and Kava bar that I went to, and he just so happened to pull up right as I was pulling up from jujitsu, and he looked at it. He's like, "Ah, it doesn't look too bad. You know, he probably did this," and so I didn't get it looked at. So it healed, but I don't know if that has anything to do with why I have such a difficult time connecting on this shoulder and maybe like some clicking issues. Um, but again, the weird thing is that I will expect this side, this left side, to fail earlier than the right. And then, like with the lateral raises, I got to 11 in one set on the left side, and it wasn't too bad. But the right side really struggled to get to 11, and which I mean, and that's kind of, I say odd, but now like when I think about it, if I'm having a harder time connecting mentally to this side, then there's a good chance that I might be overcompensating with my traps on the left side more so than the right. Because if I can feel the connection with this side, then that means I could more accurately move the muscle I'm trying to move, um, and make sure like that's the muscle doing the like moving the weight and not a bunch of different things. Where this side, I can't really concentrate. Like I try, but it doesn't connect so well. So in order to get the weight up, my body is going to compensate. I can't pinpoint this, then my body's going to do whatever it can to try to get that weight up. So yeah, I don't know if that's the reason. Could be the reason. Could be all in my head. I'm not sure, but we still work at every shoulder day. I try to work at this left side, but it forever escapes me. So maybe I'm just going to be like that forever. Who knows? But tomorrow, I don't think that there will be a video. We're probably going to wind up resting because we have trivia tomorrow, and I might have to go get my costume. I might go get my costume tomorrow after work, which I don't have that much time to go there and back and sit in traffic and take care of the dogs and whatnot. So, um, and go to the gym. So tomorrow will probably be some rest, and then we'll get back to it on Friday. Friday with legs. What a way to end the week. And then Saturday we got yoga again. I can't believe tomorrow is already Thursday. This week has gone by pretty quick. Today was hella busy. Like I said, dude, I ate like an absolute trash can. You know, again, people ask like, show us what you eat. Dude, I couldn't even tell you what I ate today. I had nothing for breakfast. I had just some Dunkin' iced coffee, and then I had pancakes, cinnamon roll pancakes for lunch. And they were not giant pancakes, but like little guys. A couple of those, and then just like, bro, little fun size Halloween candies, all for like the second half of the day, and that's not too good for our pancreas and our waistline, but tis the season, I guess. But yeah, definitely trying to be. And I took a bunch of candy home, and I have to be mindful. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a bunch of candy at home. I have to be mindful. Like I can't just pig out on all that candy. So like it's there, but I kind of have to act like it isn't there. And I don't know what that person is. Oh, that's why. People being dumb. But I have to act like it's not there in order to just like not have it, because it's very easy if it's just like out in the open and staring at you in the face. It's very easy to just like, and by the time you realize it, you've consumed 800 to 1,000. Well, I mean, you can easily 800 to 1,000 calories in candy, and I'm really not trying to do that. So yeah, you gotta act like it's not there, and then we'll probably have definitely some protein. Some more. Oh, I did have 2 scoops away. Um, Probably have some more protein and maybe a lighter dinner, just because I had all that candy today, and not trying to. I like if I had a big dinner, that's just gonna make everything worse, And I kind of already did by picking on candy. So these are the things. These are the decisions and choices that I've made, and these are the resulting like actions that I have to take, or that might be required because of my previous actions. So everything has a consequence. We like to act. I shouldn't say we, but it's easy to act like we don't have control over these things, or I can't stop, or I can't do this. Like, I don't know, like whatever. But we put the control to the external, but we have so much more, or we have so much more control than we think, and we definitely have control over our internal. So we can decide to do something different. We don't have to keep doing the same things and furthering the same, poor choices. We can change, and not saying it's easy. Again, I've talked about this in previous videos, but not saying it's easy. But we do have a choice. We are not powerless. But the thing is, it's easy to be like, there's nothing I can do. I'm this way. I am just this way. This is the way I am. And like to an extent, that's good. But like when it comes to, making bad decisions or like self-sabotaging, like you certainly have a choice that you can make. You are in control, and just like it's kind of just playing the victim, because the thing with the victim card is they always put the blame on someone else. Like it's never their fault. Everything is happening to them. But oftentimes, the things that happen to us, and this isn't all the time, because there's an element of randomness to life and things that happen, but we make choices and decisions that kind of bring on the consequences that we say are just happening to us. No, like if you ran your car and you chose not to change its oil, you chose not to put any more oil in it, and you ran out of oil and your engine blew up, is that really the world's fault or the universe's fault? Or is it your fault because you didn't change your oil? People don't like to say it's their fault because they didn't change the oil. They want to blame the manufacturer for not making a car with an engine where the engine didn't blow without when it didn't have oil, or you know the dealership for not telling them that they should get an oil change at this time, or whatever the fuck. But people will put that blame out there, but it's like really your own decision is what kind of screwed you over on this one, buddy. And that happens to all of us. And it's not every decision we make doesn't always lead to something bad. But the point of this is that like we're making decisions, and we have some sort of influence on what happens to us because of the decisions that we make, you know? And that applies to, you know, multiple areas of life. And if you can take that, like, get out of that victimhood, and like really is taking accountability and responsibility for your own situation, then you can begin to change it. Because if it's always the other person or the other thing's problem that they wronged you, you will never be able to change, ever. Because it's never your problem. Why should you change when you're not the problem? But when you're never the problem, I'm sorry, sometimes we are the problem. And that's okay. Because humans, we got to where we are today because we are excellent problem solvers. So we can solve problems. And just like blaming everything else, that just totally gives up like any control over your life. And that's not really that way of life is probably not going to bring you fulfillment or happiness. I hate to say it, and dude, I'm not even like, I know it's easy to say, but I've also like lived this too. Like I've been the person that didn't think it was never my fault, you know, or they should have done this. That person should have did this. Oh, I was wronged here. But like, dude, if I'm being honest with myself, I certainly played a role. And the over time, the more I began to own my role and like elect to do something different or make a change, then I started receiving. Oh, this is pretty cool. Like, oh man, I lost this weight. Oh man, I started like I was able to save some money. Like, oh, like all these things, positive things, were the result of my action because I chose to do something different. And you could choose to do something different at any point. At any point, you are not trapped. So, if you are living a life that you feel is not the one that you're living, I put it in terms this way. Like I used to say, and this was about myself, is that I wanted to live a life that I didn't want to escape from. And we're not even there yet, but we're working our way towards it. You know, because that's the thing that gets a lot of people, especially with addictions, is escapism. Or you, and that's not just drugs and alcohol. That could be anything. You know, even you can have an addiction to binging Netflix, you know, just escaping. Well, you if that's all you do, well, it's no wonder why like you see people online or fitness people online, you're like, man, I wish I looked like that, or why don't I look bro? Because look what you spend your time doing, you know. And I think that people like to point the finger at others and be like, they should just do this, but oftentimes like they might not even realize like they are doing these things. Like, well, like in the Netflix example, like, well, you want to say something about me, but this is your form of escaping, you know. And it's not, there's nothing wrong with like wanting to escape every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that. um you know, like vacation or just like putting on a show, we could do that. But when it becomes like an unhealthy level, or it's the only thing that we do, you know, that's, if you were living a fulfilling life, do you think you would want to escape from it? Probably not. And that's my whole point with that. So I wanted to live a life that I didn't want to escape from. So I had to make the decisions that would result in making my life look like the life that I didn't want to escape from. And again, things aren't perfect, but you know what? That's part of it. Is just like working at it a little each day, chipping away. You know, well, a little bit each day. And like I'll say now, like from a money standpoint, yeah, like money, having a lot of money definitely helps when you have like your basic needs are met. You're not worried. Like that is great. Um, and we need it. Like that's just how it is. However, I will say, um, in my like adult post college Raymond, I make the least amount that I've ever made, but yet I feel more fulfilled. That's all right. We had to fix that mic. Hopefully, it didn't mess up too bad. But I feel more fulfilled now, making less money than I did when I was making more money, and just like miserable and like drowning my sorrows. You know, just like, dude, just being depressed. Like, yo, my world became so small. It became so small, and I didn't even expect it. I didn't even expect the things to turn out the way they have. But I think the pursuit of like meaning and purpose is it's more rewarding. It's harder, but it's more rewarding than just pursuing like the simple pleasures, or I wouldn't say simple pleasures, but just pleasure and all the fun stuff. There was something I thought in my brain that I wanted to say. And I was like, oh, that's it, and then it just escaped me. But um, oh, then instant gratification. The fun, the instant gratification of fun, like fun stuff. That great dopamine, but then it wears out. And again, it sucks doing like going the long road, but at the end of that long road, dude, now you've accomplished something that you feel is meaningful, and it doesn't mean that you're done, but like it keeps you going, and then you find something else, or like you incorporate whatever skill or thing that you mastered into the next part of your life, and you just keep on going. But that was a long rant, and that's going to be it for me today. So I'm going to cap it there. Remember to stay beautiful and that you are loved. And I will see you probably on Friday for legs. Did I say Friday? Yeah, Friday. All right. See you, bro.